How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Driven Life Show. I'm back with you this week, and today I have a guest, Miss Andrea Masons. She's coming to join us. We had some technical difficulties in the other studio, so now we're going to get started. If you guys just hold tight, I'm going to play some music, and we will get started in just a minute. I hope you guys can hear the music. If you can't hear the music, I'm sorry. Hey, Miss Andrea. Hello. How you doing?
Hello. Sorry about that. I never used that platform before and I
You
was
know what? That is okay. And I'm gonna talk. That's kind of new. I'm gonna stop the music. Hey, you guys, we have Miss Andrea, and let me know if I'm saying your name. Is it Andrea or Andrea?
Andrea.
Andrea. So I had it right. So
Yeah.
yes, that studio is also new to me, and I reached out to my support team because I don't think it was anything that we were doing wrong. So I reached out to my
Okay.
support team. So thank
Okay.
you so much for joining me, Miss Andrea, on such short notice. It's so good to meet you for the last 4 hours. I think we have been talking,
Yes.
just through working, and I know you're busy and you have to get ready to go because you have a tight schedule as well. But I thank you for coming to the Driven Life Show. I am your host, Karen Oliver, everyone, and thank you guys for coming back and tuning in. I told you guys I was going to have a bonus before we end out. So Miss Andrea Mason, she is a certified international motivational speaker. She is an accountability coach, and she serves women and others just like I do. And we have a lot of tags to give you guys at the end of this episode because I want you guys to follow her and I want you guys to check out her content. Tonight we're going to be talking about transitioning, adapting to life, and she knows a lot about that. She helps people to be accountable, to live into freedom, and she supports on forgiveness. She teaches and coaches people on forgiveness. I love that. I love that. So we're going to dive in. And Miss Andrea, if there's anything you would like to add and want to introduce anything else to the world and to the listeners out there, please feel free to do so.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure, Karen, being on this show. Amazing in front of women. I have over 2 decades in the industries that of social work, psychology, holistic medical and wellness fields. So that's also to add to my background as well as professional organizing and small business mentorship. So I am happy to be here and excited to discuss the topics we have in store for us this evening. Thank you so much.
That's awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. So today we're going to be talking about um, adapting to life and different transitions. So, Miss Andrea, my first question for you is how do you entail and foresee what is your personal definition for adapting and transitioning?
Absolutely. Adapting and transitioning to me is learning from your losses, loving through your lessons, and leaning forward through every failure and seeing the positive outcome of it, the results, the future that lies with ahead. Because when we have self awareness, self discovery, mind over matter, and intuition, that is when we unveil our true selves. And that is when the growth begins. Like I said, just loving, transitioning. Each one of us as a woman is, symbolic of a butterfly. We go through all the different stages of
Mm,
metamorphosis, change. We're building our foundation and our environment around us. And we are making sure that we are keeping our goals and our dreams in front of us. So we have a vision, a purpose, and understanding our why. So transition and adaptation is, like I said, learning from your losses, loving through your lessons, and moving and leaning forward through your failures and your mishaps. Absolutely.
Yes, I totally agree. I love that, Andrea. What a coincidence that you said that when you mentioned the butterfly, because as I was speaking on the previous episode about transition and seasons, I began to give the analogy of the butterfly. And it's just so true how it's a process and like they have no control over that transition, but it's something that is needed. And most times we don't know that that's exactly, what we need, but we're so wanting to stay in that same shell, but we can't because we have to get outside that shell in order enough to adapt and in order enough to change. So I was like getting excited inside when you was talking about the butterfly because that is just so true. And that as human beings, we're kind of, you know, fearful of, you know, progressing through
Absolutely.
that transition. But it's something that definitely needs to happen. So my second question for you is, can transition in our life mean goodness and sadness? And if it does mean sadness, sometimes when we're transitioning, is it still needed, even though we're having a difficult time transitioning?
Absolutely. Great question. Transition is both good and sadness. As we, suffer the losses and mishaps of our family members, our friends, our pets, or even the loss of identity as we evolve and mature over our experience in lives. It's not always comfortable. It's not always pleasurable.
Yeah.
Sometimes we go through heartaches, breakups,
Yes.
severed relationships where we were betrayed, abused, hurt, and it's not until we look back at our past that we realize we had to go there to get us to the gift of present. And whatever we're putting our foundation in today is going to set us up for the pathways to the future. And of course, I have, experienced some loss. I have lost my mother, in 2007. And just a quick backstory, I was born in an underdeveloped country of South America where my parents couldn't care for me anymore and they put me up for adoption. And I was welcomed with unconditional and open arms into America at 11 months and 11 pounds. And that's a pound per month. Although I lost that tie with my family, I was able to gain knowledge, experience, and lessons on what I need to do to create my own story and take the pen in my hand and make sure that I am paving the road that lies ahead of me.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's a situation that that wasn't easy transition for you because I'm pretty sure that you went through series of, why questions like why, but then at the end of the tunnel, you're like, that's why, like, this is why this had to happen. And this is what it made me to be. It made me stronger. It made me to be able to help someone else that's going through a same situation. But you're going to have those feelings. I do believe you're going to have those feelings and emotions because it's not an easy transition. And you're wondering, okay, well, how did I get, you know, mixed up in this situation? But truth be told, we all have to go through certain things because every story is going to be different. Your story is different. Mrs. Andrea, my story is different. Somebody else's story is different, but it makes us who we are, today. So I'm glad that, you said that because I do believe that there is a lot of people out there, in the community that needs to hear, our story. So like you were saying that it can mean it's going to be some sadness there.
Right.
It's not going to be all peaches and cream all the time because you're going to have to get through those rough roads before the roads get smoothed out or whatnot.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So should we evolve? Um, is it important for us to evolve and shift during transition? Can you tell us a little bit about what your meaning for evolving and shifting is?
Absolutely. When we evolve, we are making a mindset shift. We're looking and shifting our perspectives. We are shifting our, you know, whole take on life as we go through one chapter. I say, everybody has a book of life. Yours may be chapter 2 is loss, chapter 8 is grief, chapter 10 is wins and celebrations. We all have that life book. But the way we evolve is by me connecting with you and saying, you know what, I've been at chapter 2. This is my experience. Take my hand and understand that I empathize and sympathize with what you're going through. And
Yes.
I'm evolving by, failing forward, living my life through my lessons and learning from them. And
Mhm.
any way that I need an area improvement, I truly believe this through my journey. The areas that I need to improve upon are going to be the enhancements for the other individual on the other side, where they
Yeah.
may have an area of improvement. We complement each other and we forget that we are humanity and a human race. And we are malleable human beings where we benefit from each other. We learn what not to do, what to do, and what we should and shouldn't do from each
Mhm.
other's experiences. And as leaders and as women, we definitely have to, break the bond of, competition. We
Yeah.
have to rise and unite. We have to bring women together.
Yes.
We're so powerful creatures and individuals. Even the men know it. And to be kind of, on a nurturing point, if I may,
Yeah.
we need to be taken care of as well. And a mother's love is irreplaceable, sisterhood. But the strongest love that we get is for the men who stand beside us, whether it be our brothers, our spouses, our
Yeah.
fathers, our patriarchs. Those are ones that are going to be our pillars to say, stand high, hold your head high, and be proud of everything that you are. And
Yeah.
as women, we tend to, I don't know about you, but my experiences as women, we're always in competition.
That's true.
When do we
True.
ever say, you know what, Karen, I can help you. Take my hand. Let's do this together. Let's collaborate.
Yeah.
And I think that's the message I really want to convey for our upcoming future women. Do it together. Don't tear each other down.
That's true. And,
Absolutely.
and I'm glad that you said that, and I feel the same thing, Andrea. That you know I have seen some growth. Really within the last season and this season, even with some of us as women, as we've collaborated, we've met each other, and it seems like we've known each other forever. But
Yes.
because we have the mindset to be like, we're not competing. Like I might need some things from Mrs. Andrea, and she may need, something from me, vice
Right.
versa, or somebody else. We're here to help each other, um, adapt to
Right.
what we're needing, or what resources we're needing, or just even an inspiring word, or just lifting up, saying, yes, girl, I see you out there, and congratulations. But when you say congratulations and when you celebrate your sister and brother, mean it. So I
Right.
do understand what you're saying, Andrea, that women, they like to be in competition, like, well, yeah, I'm doing this, but you're not, or if you see your sister or brother doing something, it's like you trying to go behind them and you have
Yes.
to do something. No, we're all in it to win it, and we all need to cheer each other on, mean what we say, and really mean it from the heart, that
Absolutely.
I'm happy for you and that I want to see you go far, just like I want to see the next sister or brother go far. And I think that's definitely, like you said, Andrea, that's a mindset that we need to have. And if we don't have it, then that means we're not shifting, we're not evolving. Like you said, like if you're still in that same mindset and still have it in your mind that, well, I got to make sure that I get more than he or she has. It's not about that. It's
Right.
about the support. It's about the quality. It's about, hey, you can help me. I'm looking to go, higher too. So you can reach back and you can help me. So I definitely understand where you're coming from, even with that. We need to support more,
Mm-hmm.
as women, because most men, they don't go through that. I know some
Right.
men probably have, you know, had stories where they probably did go through that, But we very seldom hear men say, well, I'm having a temper tantrum or an argument because we're competing. No, but you
Right.
hear it from the women. So I'm also praying that we can do better, as leaders and as women leaders, women bosses, um, to help our sisters, climb higher. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So if transformation is uneasy or difficult at times, we did have a conversation about we still need to adapt, we need to still shift, we still need to evolve. So,
Mhm.
what are the consequences, Andrea, if we don't transform, if we don't transition, if we still stay in our safe space that we think we're staying in? What will happen if we choose not to do that?
Great question, because I was there some years ago. It's so easy for the human race to just settle in a lifestyle of comfort. But after some time, it gets a little sour and stale. You become bitter. You become coulda, shoulda, woulda. Oh wow, he and she is doing this. I could have, should have, would have. And we get a little bit sour. And what I mean by sour is misery loves company.
Yes,
We kind of tear people down, and it's unfortunate, and I'm sad to say this, but the inner circle, through my experience, really limited their belief system in my dream, in my vision. And they were like, well, you're not established, you're not ready, and it was just not a reflection of me, it was a reflection of them.
yeah,
It's hard to be successful, it's hard to do follow your dream, because society wants to shun you and just keep you at bay.
yeah,
And when we learn how to rise and unite, the amazing power we have of energy, love, support, and nurturance, that's going to conquer all.
yeah,
And we have been programmed since we were some young age. And I have unplugged many years ago. And now I invest what I need to put into my mindset to shift my gears, to change my channel, to stay in a positive mindset. And I
yeah,
leave the toxicity at the door, because it can consume you. How many times now with social media do you have a post, you have 99 followers give you thumbs up, and you have that one thumbs down? That completely shifts your mindset, your ego, your pride, your vulnerability, your
yeah,
self doubt, and you follow that 1%. And so I like to say the message: embrace those who are standing beside you on the front line.
yeah,
Embrace those journeys, embrace those small wins, because those small steps and small wins are going to lead you to freedom and achievement. And if you follow the herd, what my famous quote is, follow your heart, not the
mm,
herd,
yeah,
for the herd will get you hurt every single time. Choose the left path less traveled. Every single moment of our life, every single second, we have a choice
yeah.
to go left or right. And when
Mhm.
we start tapping that into everything we say, everything we do, how we act, how we portray and perceive ourselves, that's going to lead us to success and freedom and happiness.
I love that. I love that you said that follow your heart because, like you said, we have a choice, and if we make that choice to, like you said, stay stuck and stay sour, I mean, you're not succeeding, or you're not transitioning, you're not progressing in life. And like you said, we've been there, and I've been there. I
Mhm.
actually um, told a story previously on the episode to where, you know, I had to make up in my mind, like, are you going to find out what's on the other side for you, or are you going to continue to stay and do the same thing? And like you said, like Andrea and I was saying, it gets old, it gets sour, it gets stale, and you don't know where you can go to. You don't know the deeper depth where you can go.
Right.
You do not transition if you do not transform. If you
Absolutely.
do not be free, if you do not, allow yourself to be free,
Yes.
you're not developing either.
Right.
That's a good word, developing, because like you said about the butterfly have to develop. It has to transition. It's a season and a time where it has to transition.
Absolutely.
And for us and human beings, like for them as insects and animals, they don't fuss and argue and pull back and try to still stay where they need to stay. But
Right.
we as human beings, we do that, but it
Yes.
doesn't work because nothing still is, we're still left behind when we're trying to fight where we're supposed to be in life. And so I think it takes us being there too sometimes long enough to realize that we need to break out of that shell and we need to transition and adapt to the life that
Absolutely.
was meant for us and that's going to make us better.
Yeah. Absolutely. Excuse me. So go ahead. Sorry about that.
That's okay. So what are so Andrea, for our closing out, I just thank you so much for, fitting the Driven Life Show, just fitting us in your schedule. Can you give the followers and the audience out there an encouragement word about just adapting to their season and trusting the season that they're in?
Absolutely. The word that wraps it all up:
Mm,
patience. Patience. Everything is patient. We are so inept to have instant gratification, immediate satisfaction. But when you look at the way that this earth was created, our creator made us, it
yeah,
didn't happen overnight. It takes time. The scars leave us to what we should and shouldn't do. The stories are legacies of our past. And the lives we lead should be that of a life that we lived, not survived. And it is important that we understand through life's miracle, through troubled times, miracles are made.
yeah,
Follow your heart and not the herd. Through life's trials and tribulations, triumphs are won. And when you learn to press play, plan life according to you, success and happiness is on the other side as you hold the pen to your story. But please have patience. I know that everything is working out for you.
Thank you so much for that.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I'm also want you to actually let everyone know where they can find you, and follow your handles, or if they want to get in touch with you, if they have any information, or just feedback to give you.
Absolutely. I'm on all media platforms: andreamasons.com, Facebook, Andrea Mason, Instagram, Andrea Masons. And I would love to, as a gift to you and your audience, email me with empowerment, Karen's empowerment, so I know where you are, and I'd be more than happy to provide you with a gift in my time to make this world a better place, to enhance the quality of life of every single one, that you could be the rippling effect in somebody's still water. I thank you so much. My name is Andrea Mason, your personal accountability coach. Thank you for having
thank
me.
you. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you. And I know that you have to go, you have a tight schedule. Thank you so much for giving those great nuggets on the Driven Life Show. And we hope to have you back even in the future to come and speak with our audience. Thank you so
It'd be
much.
honored.
And we will talk to you soon. We would like for you to take care and definitely stay in touch with the Driven Life Show. Thank you so much, Andrea.
Thank you for having me. A pleasure and honor. Be
You're
safe and be
welcome.
well.
All right,
Take
you
care.
too. Be safe. Take care. Bye bye.